For me, Chicago is one of the best or most talented player pools in America. It's a really unique location that's really pushing in a good direction, and there's a lot of talent that's really ready to explode from this area. And there's now a culture here where players want more. They love the game, they're passionate about the game, they want to play on the streets, they want to play with their friends, and they want to improve their game. And they're passionate about improving their game. And for all those players, we want to be there to help them and dive into the details that are going to help them push their game to a new level. But for realistic, you need manpower, you need the ability to really dive into details. And when you're coaching 25 players during a night session, then you've got another session after, another 25 players coming in, your focus is not on that individual's details, you're focused on more about the team dynamics. So what we offer is the opportunity for the players to come in and really focus on their game, their individual game. Getting to the age of 12, 13, 14, there's a lot of fundamental base that's built there. And then for players to take their game to a new level, they have to focus in on a lot of their details. The way they move, the way they react around the ball, the way they prepare their body for the ball. At fundamental football, we can really focus in on those details and help that player push their game to new levels and play at a quicker speed, a higher tempo, and also be aware of what's around them, as well as executing at that really high tempo.
Is that where the...
Yeah, good, love it, love it. Zipping around, find that last corner. Here we go. Forward. Good. Well done. Open. Good, open.
We tend to work with smaller groups. We find that putting the players in groups gives them an environment where they can compete, and that's a huge part of any sport that we play, is the feeling of competition and the feeling of wanting to be better and to compete against others around you. But we keep the numbers small, where you can also really focus in on the individual and get into the details of that individual.
Good, out, touch, get it again. Ready, Anthony? And the target, good. Hit the target, good. Focus, good. Yeah, love it. And relax, switch. And land it. So I don't want you to be moving off. There. Land. Now I play. Yeah? Ready? Lower it a little bit. That's okay. Good. Touching away. Good, good, good. Now little jog. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Today's game, the way the game's going, the players are extremely technical, and the way they move, they're physical athletes built for soccer. Players in this area to really push their levels to compete with the rest in the world, they need to focus in on some of the details of how they move and their technique and comfort with the ball. With what we do, there's nothing fancy. There's a lot of guys out there that they do a lot of fancy stuff with the players. Tricks, flicks, circus stuff. For us, fundamentals, it's 95% of the game. You watch a high level game, it's receive the ball, it's move the ball, it's move off the ball. And that's where top players are very consistent in the way that they play for 95% of the game. Sure, there's a 5% there where you need some special sauce, providing players the creativity and opportunity to also bring that out, but 95% is the fundamentals, making sure that the players are really perfect or close to perfect in the way that they receive the ball, the way that they strike the ball, the way that they move off the ball. First, training habits. For us, there's very talented players and players that are very technical, but the way that they attack a training session is really going to define them as a player in their later years. So we really push on the habits, understanding that you're going to come and train, you're going to give 150%, we're going to give 150% for you, and you're going to attack the session, you're going to be aggressive in the session to really squeeze out as much development as we can.
How much are these boys training with you? What's the right level amount of training, would you say? You know, you've got kids who are in academies and the fall and spring. What's the expectation? You think? What's the standard? What's become the status quo?